Good morning, everyone. It's Cynthia here with your daily tarot. I'm going to take a moment to tune into today's collective energy while I shuffle the cards. Go ahead and take a few deep breaths to relax yourself. Tune into your own intuition, your own higher self. And I invite you to see what messages you get. You can even share them below in the comment section below this video. This week we're using the Feng Shui tarot, which is an interesting blend of elemental theory and Feng Shui and traditional tarot. So we'll see what messages Spirit has for us today. The Lovers. Interesting. It's interesting how this card is depicting the agreement between two people for the sake of prosperity, and he's using, I forget what that's called, where they tally. It's like a counting box. I forget what it's called. But yeah, so there's like a quantification. It's almost reminding me of like pros and cons. And trying to find that balance in figuring out whether or not the agreement is sound, what direction you'd like to go in, and are you ready to commit yourself to what you've chosen. And the solid 3 lines in the corner, if you're familiar with the Bagua in Feng Shui, or if you're familiar with the I Ching, Book of Changes, the 3 stacked lines is the heaven. And so it's almost like this this merger or this marriage or this coming together of the ideals to give you the best possible path ahead, or the best possible outcome, or the most creative force. Like the heaven chi, the heaven energy is like creative force. It's like life force. And so that being funneled into it. Now, in traditional tarot, when we look at it, you usually see 2 lovers overseen by the angel, right? But what it's talking there is not just the choice between these 2 things, but who are you as the other end of that triangle. And so when we think of ourselves as being a part of that, almost like that lover's triangle, and it's a choice between 2 things, or it's a force coming between 2 options. The Lover's card has always been a card of like being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision. And we tend to quantify. We tend to go into all of the pros and cons and what would be better, what would bring us closer to prosperity, like the 2 fishes, kind of like Piscean energy, but it brings through the prosperity and the movement and the flow, going with the flow, going with the current, right? So it's almost like you're being asked to oversee how you can blend your desires together in order to point you in the direction that's most in alignment with who you are. So it's almost like you have to be the angel. You have to be the, because you're the one that is committing to this path of bringing two things in unity. And it's usually because if we're trying to make a decision or choose a pathway, it's not that we have to unify external circumstances. We have to unify the two parts of ourselves. The one side that says these are the pros and these are the cons, and the other side that turns around and flips that on its head and says, no, 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 these are the cons and these are the pros. And you're the one in the middle having to make that decision and to choose what you're going to commit yourself to. And we often find ourselves feeling in this crossroads position when it comes to, well, the pros outweigh the cons, and or they're both evenly balanced, and we find that. And then it comes down to, well, it's not about whether or not you're going to make a right decision or a wrong decision. It's about, where is your heart leading you? Where is your intuition telling you? Whether or not you think it's possible, whether or not you think it's a, I don't want to say like good decision, but it's almost like you can't go wrong. You just have to make a decision based on, where's your heart, where's your passion, which one is getting you excited. Not overly excited, but also not feeling too afraid, but getting you just that much to be motivated to dedicate yourself to it. And so I think this energy today is about unifying the two sides of yourself in order to be able to follow your passion, follow your bliss, follow what makes you happy. It could also be reminding you to balance the work and play. Like if you feel like you've been mulling over a problem for too long, or you're feeling really blocked or stuck in a particular area, you could be asked not just to like let it go and distract yourself with something else, but rather let that distraction, even if it's just for a moment, for like an hour or 15 minutes, let it be with something that actually gets you like really joyful, like a 20-minute playlist, and, let yourself have a dance party, or go outside for a walk, or listen to the birds, or, let yourself have a cup of tea and read a book, or do whatever, is fun for you, or call that friend that always makes you laugh and just jump into a conversation, if the timing is appropriate, right? And get a couple of good laughs. So having something that not just getting you to release the problem you could be mulling over, or the decision that you could be mulling over, but something that's actually going to elevate your mood, raise your vibration, lift you up a little bit. It's not just motivational or inspirational speakers. It's something that like you personally on a personal level find really enjoyable, really fun, that once you get into it, you can let loose, you can let your hair down, you can relax a little bit. And then you'll be able to come at this from a completely different angle. So this could be signifying a need to balance the worry or the overthinking or the stress or the work that you've been doing and droning, over and over and over, like going through the motions of the task. You know what I mean? This could really be asking you to balance that with some enjoyment, something uplifting, something playful, something relaxing that can help to balance these forces so that you're not just all stuck on one side, right? There should be a balance in our counting here. So I'm curious if you have any comments about the Lover's card, what it means for you, anything interesting that you get from this particular Lover's card. Feel free to go ahead and drop something in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. And I definitely wish you a lot of peace and blessings and balance and harmony with whatever it is that's on your plate. Whether it's relationships with others, some kind of unifying principle within yourself, mindset shift, a decision or a challenge, or just the balance of work and play in order to get you moving forward. Peace and blessings. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment down below. If you know anybody who might benefit from these messages, by all means, share the video. And if you're liking the content on the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. I'd love to see you again and have you here. So until tomorrow, have a wonderful day.